When I first met Ethan, he was 15 years old and already exhausted by life. His file was thick, way too thick for a kid his age. Every page screamed the same words: violent, unpredictable, high risk. 8 foster homes, 8 families who gave up on him. The social worker warned me gently, like she didn't want to scare me, but also didn't want to lie. Most people don't last more than a few weeks, she said. But when Ethan walked into my house, I didn't see a dangerous teenager. I saw a scared kid holding his backpack like it was the only thing in the world that belonged to him. That first night, he didn't speak much. He asked where he was allowed to sleep, and then chose the floor, even though the bed was right there. That should have been my first clue. Over the next few weeks, nothing in the file matched the boy in front of me. He wasn't violent. He wasn't explosive. He was quiet. Too quiet. He flinched when adults raised their voices. He apologized for everything, even things that weren't his fault. One night, while doing paperwork, I finally read deeper into his past records. That's when one name kept appearing again and again: Karen Whitlock. She had fostered Ethan for nearly 3 years, longer than anyone else, and every single negative report came from her. I requested older documents, then I spoke to a caseworker who had recently transferred departments. What she told me made my stomach drop. Karen had a pattern. Over the last 10 years, she had taken in at least 11 children, all labeled as severely difficult. Children who magically became dangerous only while living in her home. Why? Because the state paid more money for high-risk placements. Those reports weren't warnings, they were income. A formal hearing was scheduled. Karen showed up confident, smiling, well-dressed, completely unbothered. Ethan sat beside me, shaking so badly I could feel it through the chair. He told me he didn't want to speak. She said no one would ever want me, he whispered. She said I was broken. But then something unexpected happened. When the investigator asked if anyone wished to add testimony, Ethan stood up. His voice cracked, but he didn't stop. He told them how Karen used those words: unlovable, damaged, a lost cause, every time a caseworker mentioned adoption. How she reminded him that families didn't want kids like him. The room was silent. Then Karen snapped. Her lawyer tried to stop her, but she waved him off, and in that moment, she told the truth. She said the kids were worthless anyway. She said the money made it worth the trouble, and she laughed while admitting Ethan's classification paid for her kitchen remodel. No apology, no regret, just silence. Karen's fostering license was revoked permanently. An investigation followed. And Ethan? That night, for the first time, he slept in the bed. A few months later, he asked me a question that changed everything. Do I have to leave? I told him no, because he was already home. And yes, I officially adopted him. Sometimes, the most dangerous thing a child faces is an adult who sees them as a paycheck instead of a person.